Good morning, besties. It feels really weird to start a vlog on a Friday, and yes, I always get my shirt wet because I lean against the counter, but I just want to get this vlog started. We're going to spend a productive week together and tackle some of my end of year TBR. If you don't know which books are on my end of year TBR, I will link that somewhere in this video or in the video description. But I just got back from the gym. I did my whole routine, shower, hair, make bed, open blinds. You all know how it goes. And I'm going to start with my coconut cult, which if you've missed my last few vlogs, you'll know that I did get my hands on this and it don't taste good. I know you're like, it tastes good. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And you know what? That is fair to the coconut cult because this bitch is alive. It's alive because coconut cult is a probiotic. But bottoms up, I already feel like I want to gag, but that's fine. It's so not good. Like, it's not the worst thing I've ever tasted, and you're not supposed to double dip, so you do have to rinse off the spoon between. But brain says this is not correct. Brain says white chocolate tastes sour. But I'm gonna finish those 2 scoops. And if you hear sizzling in the background, I went to the gym this morning and it was cardio day because I messed up my workout routine and then I doubled up because I thought I was leaving, but then I wasn't. I realized, I was like, why am I so fucking hungry? It's because I didn't eat breakfast. I had my morning tea. I had my little morning self-care routine and completely forgot to eat breakfast, so I am going to do that. And I'm not sure which of the books on my end of the year TBR I want to start with. That lighting is very strange, so apologies. But I am going to pick one and we're going to read it together. But because this is like a realistic, productive week in my life, the weekend doesn't really exist for me. The only day I take off is Sunday. And I do have a couple of assignments that I want to work on. I have some videos I want to edit. And we're just going to work on that and then eventually get to reading outside the film. So lots of things going on. But I'm going to take my little supplements for the day. Please do not take my advice when it comes to supplements. I am an easily influenced bitch. So consult with your doctor because it sure as hell that ain't me. Air Burst vitamins is what I take. It has been working really well for me, I have to say. Like, people have been commenting on how long my hair's gotten, and I can't wait to see what it actually looks like later in the year, because this is only month 3. Like, I just started month 3 of taking Hair Burst. And normally, I don't let, like, things affect my mood, but I am a human being, and today already was to try me. I had very strange and sad dreams all throughout the night. I did wake up early and have a very nice morning routine, so that was nice, and my workout was pretty easy in comparison to what it usually is, so that was also nice. But then I realized I was supposed to get a delivery, and I was like, where the fuck is my Christmas tree? Where's my Christmas tree? So I check on Amazon, it says delivered. Delivered to whom? Delivered to whom? Because I didn't get that Christmas tree, and that Christmas tree was fucking expensive, so where the hell is my Christmas tree? I have to wait till 5 p.m. today and hope that FedEx is like, just kidding, we said we delivered it, but we didn't. It's actually coming today. Because otherwise, someone stole my fucking Christmas tree, and I'm gonna be real upset about it. Obviously, Amazon will replace it, but that's just annoying. And I found a bug, and I was like, no bugs in the house. Bugs cute outside. Bugs cute outside, not in my house. So I'm going to take my ashwagandha gummies because I've also officially stopped taking my medication, which if you don't know that backstory, I worked with my therapist. You're very low, but I worked with my therapist to get on medication and to create a plan to get off medication by this time of the year, just because I knew I wouldn't be able to get a re-up supply. Getting a therapist and a psychiatrist and a nurse practitioner on different insurances is just a very lengthy, complicated process. So I'm taking ashwagandha gummies now. I'm gonna take 2 and hope that helps settle my mood. But of course, there's other things I can do to settle my mood. But let me take this. It's so soft and squishy. I have the Goli ashwagandha gummies, but if you have another brand recommendation for them, let me know. My besties, I'm gonna finish making my breakfast and I'm going to see you when I get started with my work. Okay. So this is a great time for me to talk to you about mindset and what I do on days like today, which have been very rare. I don't think I've ever had a day like today that started off this way, is mentally reset. I actually just pretend that I just woke up and the day just got started and everything that happened before that actually didn't happen. Nope. Just rolled out of bed and look, my house was clean and I had taken a shower and I eaten breakfast and I just got to start my day from here, and my Christmas tree is getting delivered later on today and I get to go to Five Below and get some of those ice rollers. I know there's a really cute one that's a heart with glitter. Literally be fucking delusional. Be delusional, because otherwise you might let the rough start to the day influence the rest of your day, and what was just a shitty few moments ends up being a shitty day. And instead you could be delusional and say, I actually just woke up, the day just started right now, and what a beautiful start. I get to start with my new laptop, I get to watch a video that I really like from a cozy creator, and I get to sit down and do my work and eat a breakfast that just magically appeared in front of me. I know that sounds crazy, but sometimes you just gotta do it. I don't want to have a bad day. So the day just started. So I'm going to get started with some work. And to be honest, what I want to do right now is edit and film, but I've got to prioritize my assignment. So I'm going to start on my essay and get that written down, get the first draft going so that future me is not stressed out about submitting this essay. So I'm going to work on that now, and maybe I'll do a little time lapse. No, that'd be boring for you. All you're going to see is me doing this. That's not interesting. So I'll see you with my next update. All right, it's about an hour and a half later. I've written most of my paper. Later on today, I'll go back in and I'll do some of the filling out that I need to do, and then tomorrow we'll be trimming and editing. But I am stepping away from that because mental break, which means it's time for me to start working on some of my content. So I am going to film my September and October wrap up today, and then that's going to go up on probably, I don't know, either Sunday or Wednesday. It depends on how editing later on today goes, but I am going to work on that. And what I always do when I do my wrap up, this little book here is my reading and like life journal, and whenever I'm trying to write down stats for my books, I will put it in this journal so that when I'm filming I can reference it. Otherwise I would have to reference my laptop since you're the camera. So my phone is a camera, so I can't look at my phone when I am filming, so I like to just have it written down. And I want to see if I can find a page where you can see what this looks like for me on my end, just in case you're curious, because it's also like a form of artistic expression for me as well. So yeah, here's a spread that I did in September, and you can just kind of see what this looks like. So I have the video idea, and then I have the books that I'm going to talk about in that video, and then this is a wrap up from August. You can see where I write down things like stats. The writing itself is like super sloppy, but then I go back in and I doodle and I draw and I just have fun with the page, and it becomes a memory for me. Now, if you watched my winter arc video, you know that something that I'm doing is setting a more strict routine for me and having stronger boundaries for when I want my work day to end. Typically, I want them to end at 2 o'clock, but I just have a lot to do this week, so that is probably not going to happen. I might push that back until 3, and that's fine, because honestly, yesterday, I'll say I didn't do anything. That's a goddamn lie. I spent all of yesterday editing, but I did not look at what I had planned out for that day, which means I pushed a lot of that stuff off until today. So I'm going to try to get as much done as I can today so that tomorrow we can get back on track with finishing the workday somewhere between 2 and 3 p.m. Just because I like to be pretty strict about that, and I know myself and how much I'm able to do, and honestly, I can get a lot done in 4 to 6 hours, and I really try to be targeted and strategic about what I do with that time. But for now, I'm going to write down all of the stats, take notes on the books that I read, and any talking points that I want to mention in the video, and then I'm going to film, and we're going to take a conscious break to eat lunch, because sometimes I do work through lunch, and I don't like doing that. I set my own schedule at the moment outside from my schoolwork because I am a full-time student right now, although I will also be working in the future. So I just want to make sure I set some good, healthy boundaries for myself and that we're taking intentional breaks. But I can't leave the house because once I leave the house, the day is over in my brain. So we're going to do all of the work, and I will see you a little bit later on, and eventually we'll pick the first book that we're going to read today, but this is more for like a productive lifestyle, what does a week in my life actually look like vlog. I have found the Christmas tree, which is super exciting because I had to go look for that bitch. I knew it was somewhere, and you know what, it was misdelivered to completely the wrong building, but I did find it. And I am forcing myself to take a break, but I did finish filming one video and then half of another video later on. I don't know which order you're watching these videos in, by which I mean I don't know which order I am posting them in, but at some point you will see this video if you haven't already. And now I'm doing some like physical maintenance stuff, so I try to maintain my nails because I hate when my nails are gross. You can see the issue that I'm having is that my index fingers, for no particular reason, are always kind of fucked up, honestly. So I'm going to paint them white because I don't like any of the other colors that I have, and I feel like I can get away with saying white for Christmas. Snow. Do I want to decorate for Christmas right now? Yes. But it is November 1st as I'm filming this, and that feels, not too early, but like I could hold off on doing it at least until I'm done with my work and I'm feeling more relaxed. I don't want decorating for Christmas to feel like stressful. I want it to be fun times. I think I'm also getting better at painting my nails, but you know what? I could just be deluding myself and lying because I actually am not sure that's true. It's so streaky and there's so many lines, but I'm making myself some lunch, and I am making air fryer chicken and some mashed potatoes with some sauteed spinach, and that's gonna be lunch, and honestly also probably dinner, just because my appetite is usually pretty low by the time I get to dinner time. But I'm gonna finish painting my nails, and I have to finish reading Haunted Ever After. So on the agenda for the rest of today, before we do like house maintenance stuff, is I am going to finish editing a video, and then I am going to eat my lunch, and then I'm going to edit another video. No, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm going to work on the rest of my essay, and then we should be done with all of that by about 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, so only 2 hours later than my usual schedule. I really try to divide my work so that I'm not doing more than a couple of major tasks every day, because I want to make sure that I'm always making progress towards what I want. See, I don't think I'm getting better. Look at how much I'm flooding my freaking cuticles. But anyway, besties, I'm gonna see you later on. Alright, I am showered, the bed is made, the house is clean, the laundry is still gonna go. I have to wash or dry the rug again because obviously that's very dense material. And after doing all of that, I went through my phone and cleared out my storage because I'm shooting in 4K now. Let me know if you notice any difference between me shooting in... Sorry, Bestie, you fell down. Let me know if you notice any difference at all in me shooting in 4K versus just normal HD as I do. But I was gonna jump into just doing the actual work I have to do for the day, and then I realized, no, boundaries, because after all of that, I'm fucking starving. I'm hungry and I want a treat. My treat is going to be having a chicken tender pub sub for the first time. So I'm going to eat my lunch, and then I'm actually going to get into the work I need to do for the day, which is editing and homework and stuff like that. The pub sub, the chicken tender pub sub, was banging. Oh my god, it was so good. So when the hero in Haunted Ever After apologizes with a chicken tender pub sub, do I forgive him? Maybe because of these exceptional circumstances, but I get why. That was such a nice gesture because that freaking sandwich was banging. Now with that said, besties, I completely forgot that I had plans. I'm going out with a new friend and we're going to Mochi Nut at 1. That's in 30 minutes. Mochi Nut isn't too far away from me, so I have about 5 or so minutes to do at least one task. And the task that I'm going to focus on, because I can't get into the flow of editing in 5 minutes, that's just a waste of my time, is outlining the homework that I have due this week. So I'm going to go through and do that. I'm going to go to Mochi Nut, and full transparency, I will not be filming at Mochi Nut. This is a new friend, so I'm going to be giving her my full attention. But when I get back, I will get back into my work day, and I probably won't pick up the camera again until we're reading. We have arrived to nowhere. I have just been doing work, and I did manage to finish editing a video and start to working on one of my homework assignments, which is great. I had such a fun time hanging out with this new friend. We literally spent an hour and a half yapping, and I love a yapper. That is my favorite kind of person. Let's talk about nothing for 90 minutes, because that's what I want to do, and that's what she wants to do, and I loved that for us. We're gonna hang out again soon, but I feel like I accomplished a lot today. My apartment is the cleanest it's been in several weeks, so I'm very excited about that. Not to say that my apartment was like super messy, but you all saw it. I have like a bunch of shit on the counter, but outside of that, I had been like vacuuming and sweeping and mopping pretty regularly. But in the spirit of learning to respect my own boundaries, I am going to take a break because I'm hungry and I want to eat dinner, and I'm going to choose to eat dinner instead of ignoring that to continue to do some more work. So I'm going to work on that, and hopefully we'll read, but this is honestly just like a realistic week in my life. This is what most of my days look like, but let me eat my dinner and watch TV, because though I am too old to be an iPad child, I still have bits of that within me.
All right, friends. It is, in fact, I just noticed my light, those pretty rainbows. Anyway, it is the end of my night. I am about to crawl into bed. I am in a lot of pain, honestly, like mild pain, and that's from cleaning the bathtub. And if you're one of my nieces and you're watching this video and you're wondering, gosh, what does my aunt want for Christmas? It's one of those things that you see on the TikTok shop, the turbo brusher thing to clean your tub, because my bathtub is deep and my back hurts. Please help me clean my tub in a way that does not hurt me. But I wanted to do this little clip here because when I was out with a new friend earlier, we did go to Mochi Nut. I think I showed you some clips of it, and I ended up getting a guava donut. Here she is, very cute, and I figured we can try this together because this is my dessert at the end of the night. Yes, my hair looks like this, and I'm about to throw it up into my bonnet, but I figured we can do a little taste test together. I've never had Mochi Nut. First impressions, the pool is quite nice. We've got a lot of chew going on there, and I love the sparkly iridescent pink sprinkles. Like, can you see sparkles? So cute. So let's see. That's good. Perhaps has a bit too much chew for my taste preferences, and the guava flavor is pretty mild in comparison to the donut. Unfortunately, I think that the guava taste is competing with the taste of the oil the donut was fried in. But overall, pretty solid. I enjoyed that. But I'm gonna get into bed. I'm gonna do some reading for the vlog that came before this one, and I'm going to see you tomorrow morning.
Hello, besties. Let me stop fucking playing. This is the first clip that I am filming for today, just because I was delusional and thought, you know, if I started my work at 8:30, maybe I could finish on time. But as it turns out, I worked straight through 5. From 8:30 to 5, and that was after my morning routine and gym session. And the little clip you just saw, when I say I posted my Eras Tour vlog for me, that's what I meant. I literally filmed it as if the camera was my fucking eyeballs, so that I could go back and scream and sing and dance around my living room and relive those memories all the time, because I know it came from me. Those are my videos, and that was my seat at the Eras Tour, and I just had so much fun, especially because at that tour I didn't let myself like scream sing when I was recording, and I was recording my favorite songs just because I didn't want Taylor's voice to be overpowered by my off-pitch singing, and I wanted those videos to be memories of Taylor singing. But besties, we're actually going to get into reading. I spent a bunch of time, if you can see it behind me, crocheting my cardigan, which is my 30-hour project for this month, and I don't know what the fuck I want to read. Genuinely, I don't. So here's my bookshelf. These are all of the books that I want to get to by the end of the year. So this section up to the library book, that's my end of year TBR. So it's 3, 6, 8 books, and then here onwards are my library books that I want to focus on.
Full disclaimer, bestie, it was the day before election day when I filmed this clip, so I do pick cross the line, then the election happens, and I choose to escape into a different book.
I wish I could tell you that I'm surprised. I'm not. I'm disappointed and horrified and sad at the results of this election and what it means for marginalized people across all of the United States and for the future of the USA. I have spent the past 24 plus hours trying to take care of my mental health. I don't have the mental capacity to process that right now. So I'm just going to try to ground myself. And if you are a marginalized person like I am, or you are a woman, or you're anyone affected by the horrible, disgusting thing that just happened, then I am just sending you so much love. But just hang out with me, Bessie, please. I need someone to hang out with. So let's hang out. I am doing some of my maintenance. I don't know what the fuck is up with my nails, because if you can see, like, they're so unhealthy right now, and I don't know why. Like, they're chipping and doing things that they should not be doing and are generally pretty weak. So if you have any nail, like, serum, strengthener suggestions, please let me know. And I just did a full, like, self-care routine. Sometimes I genuinely feel like I'm talking to you all like you're my best friend on FaceTime, but then I remember that this is the internet and I can't tell you everything that I want to tell you. But just know, it was a lovely, lovely maintenance morning, and I'm going to paint my nails and just take care of my physical body. Today was leg day, and over time, it's been 10 weeks? No, 15 weeks? I have no fucking idea. I started this whole thing in early July, and it is now early November. So however much time that is, I don't feel like doing math on this journey, and finally, leg day doesn't feel horrendous. And I just want to say, I am so fucking grateful for the version of me who implemented structure and routines in my day, because it has given me something to fall back on. And when I just have days, I know that I can fall back on my routine. A little bit later on today, we're gonna do some baking, and I'm super excited because I have an interview at a local bookstore. If you have not been keeping up with my vlogs, I am now a full-time student that is temporary, and I've always intended for it to be temporary. I will of course continue to go to school, but I do plan to get a job that's more closely related to what I want to do. And because we're yapping and hanging out, let me tell you, I don't think this degree really existed when I went to college, and that's wild to say because the digital landscape changes our world so rapidly, but I've been loving it so far. And I initially thought that I wanted to be like what I thought advertising and marketing was, but I'm realizing that's not true. I'm loving the analyst portion of this so much more, and that makes sense because one of my top strengths in the strengths assessment is strategy. And for myself, I find that difficult just because it's hard to see things when you're looking at it from your own perspective, like you're too close. But for other things, I can see them pretty well and what areas there are for improvement. So I am loving that. By the way, I was watching Cozy K, and she said that if you want to strengthen your nails, like, use a glass nail file. I just got this from Amazon, and I like it a lot. I would say, like, even though I don't like the state of my nails, there's not a lot of bend there, like not as much wiggle. I used to be able to bend my nails all the way back. I can't do that. So I think I agree with Cozy K, with Kennedy, that glass nail files, they also just feel bougie. I like that a lot. I did start, she's here, Cross the Line by Simone Saltani, and I'm enjoying it. I still love this book so much, and I'm enjoying the storyline. I didn't realize it was like brother's best friend. I thought they were strangers. They are not, and it's a bunch of rich people in the sports racing world, and it might just be the silly, goofy time that I am looking for. But besties, later on today, I am going to make some, I just saw a bug and I was like, oh, what the fuck is that? It's a fruit fly. It's a fucking fruit fly. I am going to make pumpkin bagels a little bit later on today. And we'll do some more yapping and talking and all of that stuff later. And I'm very much trying to get back into my reading era. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this nail? Why does she look like that? And why is she so crooked? I don't know, but I'll see it later.
In the ear that allowed it to hear at least a wide range of low frequency sounds. So it would have smelled the actors in front of it.
Sorry, friends. I know the audio quality is shit. It is back day, and I'm just feeling so weak for some reason. Basic exercises, lighter weights than I normally use. I'm like struggling to get through sets. You know what? We all have days like that. So I might supplement with cardio, which I normally don't do cardio on back day. Cardio is a specific reserve day, and then it's on app day. But I might add that in just in case. Sorry, friends. I know it's loud in here. I am doing the laundry, and despite the fact that I have wiped off this mascara with makeup remover and washed my face twice, I still have makeup around my eyes. But besties, I did finish my workout routine, and I really didn't fucking want to do the rest of my morning routine, but I did it anyway because I knew I would feel worse if I didn't. And sometimes I just have to think like that. But I need to refill my Stanley. And it probably would have fucking helped me if I had refilled the water filter too, but it's fine. We'll take a few sips of water. And while I'm doing that, let me just fill this. I just want to let you know that, I don't know, I feel like I want to get back into my reading era, and in some ways that I am, but I also find that when I'm doing these kind of vlogs, if I'm putting pressure on myself to read and finish a book, it takes away that enjoyment for me. And I wish that wasn't true, but it is. So maybe moving forward, what I'll do is, like, if I'm reading something and I'm enjoying it, I'll bring it up in these kind of vlogs. But if I'm not, then I won't. And you and I can have the expectation that if it's a reading vlog, I'll label it as a reading vlog. But if it's a vlog where I'm just doing some reading, we will keep that as is. But I have to take my morning supplements, and I want to show you this picture from this morning. This is me after eating breakfast. I'm so bloated in this picture, like very, very, very bloated. I don't know how to fix that. I'm thinking maybe I have to adjust my diet even more because I've been trying to pay attention to like what is not working for me. And I think that whenever I have eggs or dairy or gluten, and that happens, and I don't want to completely cut that out, but maybe like I'll do a couple of weeks where I don't eat it and then I slowly reintroduce it. But let me take my supplements, including coconut cult, which I don't like. Ugh. Anytime I pull this bitch out, my brain just knows what I'm about to put in my mouth, and she's very, very unhappy. But later on today, I'm gonna do some Christmas decor, and that's gonna be a separate video, just because I know it's not everyone's thing. I feel like having it be separate will let you decide whether or not you want to watch, and you'll know that the only thing in that video is decorating for Christmas. And I just want to talk to you all, because again, when I make these videos, I genuinely feel like I'm talking to you like we're on FaceTime. Made even easier by the fact that I record on my phone, so it looks just like a FaceTime to me. But besties, is it confusing for you, for me to be someone who does so much bookish content, but also does these kind of lifestyle videos? As someone watching this video or subscribing to my channel, is that strange to you? Does it feel like you don't know what I post or like what you're subscribing for, please let me know in the comments below, because I can't read your mind. But to me, I think about that. Like, if you came to my channel for books, you would find that. But if you came to my channel for lifestyle, you would find that. But if you just wanted one or the other, would you be confused about why I post about both? Still awful. Oh my God. But I'm gonna sit down and I'm going to start editing a video that I posted the first Sunday of November. I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna do some Christmas decorating. I am reading, and I'll tell you about what I'm reading because I'm really enjoying it. It is Ruby Dixon, and I'm reading something, Surviving Scar, which is just so funny. I'll tell you my thoughts on that though when we are making pumpkin bagels. Good morning, friends. It is 7 a.m. on a Sunday. I have just finished my morning routine and my breakfast. I did go out on Friday with a friend, and I definitely had lots of fun, but for some reason, whenever I go out or whenever I drink, I get like a spot right under my nose. I don't fucking know why. But anyway, I just want to update you on some things I feel like I've mentioned throughout videos, but then like never touched on. So when it comes to my morning routine, I mentioned that right after Taylor, I was having just like a hard time getting up. And I felt like I didn't have any motivation to get up early because I have complete control over my schedule at this point. So like there's no reason for me to be up at 7 a.m. But I wanted to keep that habit going because it's something that I worked to establish for myself, and I would hate to break it just because I didn't feel like it at a certain point. And I want to say that if you're also feeling that way and that you're implementing a habit or a new routine and you're just having a hard time sticking with it, or maybe you stuck with it for a long time and then all of a sudden it's not working for you anymore. First, maybe you need to give yourself a little bit of grace and a little bit of patience, because it might just be that you're having a hard week, and that's okay. You're a human being. We all have hard weeks. If you know that's not the case and it's frustrating you, I want to tell you what worked really well for me, and that was just changing certain aspects of my routine. You absolutely can revamp your entire routine if you want to and you feel like that's what's going to work for you. However, for me, when I say I revamp my routine, I just change the first things that I do when I get out of bed, something that I only do when I wake up on time so that I have reason and motivation to get up. I added things like ice rolling and the gua sha and the dry brushing. Saying that, I think I already mentioned it in the video, but I just want to make sure I tie up the loose ends and tell you that worked really, really well for me in terms of getting up at the same time every day, no matter what. And that has been working fantastically for me. But today is glutes day, and we are coming to the end of this vlog, which I know was more lifestyle-y, so I hope that you don't mind. I just wasn't really in the reading mood. I have been reading, and I'll tell you about what I was reading with the final clips in this video, but just thank you for bearing with me as I move through that. And I want to de-influence you a little bit. The coconut cult, she ain't doing shit. Nope. At this point, it's been almost a month, and I can tell you, it didn't really do anything. Aside from, like, yes, if you're having issues with, like, your bowel movements and being regular, yes, but a little too fucking well. Not in the good way, in the way that you are just constantly feeling like you have to take a shit. And that could be me. That could be me and my body just not liking coconut coal. But if you are also easily influenced and you think that this is going to be miraculous and it's going to help you not be bloated and you're just going to be feeling your absolute best because you've healed your gut's microbiome, she ain't a miracle product, not in my opinion anyway. But I am going to allow my breakfast to settle because I've got to stop going to the gym on a full belly. Yes, I want to eat, but I don't want to feel like I'm going to throw up when I'm doing my workouts. And I normally don't work out on Sundays, but I swapped yesterday and today. So yesterday was my day off, and today will be back on. So leg day, editing, and doing the homework assignment that I have been avoiding for the most part. I've been working on it. It's not like I don't have any research at all overall. I know exactly what I want to say. I just have not actually put the presentation together, and I need to do that today because it's due today. So I'm going to see you a little bit later on, and we're finally going to make those pumpkin bagels that I keep mentioning and then not doing. With how fucking dark it is, you'd think it's nighttime. It's not. It's 3:19 p.m. The Christmas tree is up. It is flocked, and when I tell you, I should have worn a mask for the first 2 minutes that I was shaking it out, because that just goes everywhere. But we're making pumpkin bagels. The recipe calls for bread flour, but I don't have that shit, so we're using all-purpose. And I want to tell you about the only book that I have read over the past few days. This is a measuring spoon and not a dog bowl, regardless of what it may look like. A measuring cup, excuse me. So I needed comfort, and I went back to Ruby Dixon because I really typically enjoy her Ice Planet Barbarian series, and she had released yet another new book. I feel like that book is a 30-book series by that point, but we're following the Ice Planet clones. So this one is Surviving Scar. So we have a bunch of clones, and we have our hero, Scar, and Scar is a gladiator and a splice, which means he is a clone that was specifically bred, I guess, for fighting and for battle. But he's been abandoned on this planet, and he's like, I'm the best, I'm amazing, and he makes me laugh because Scar is an NPC in a video game, okay? He's been programmed to do only one thing, and it is in fact fucking hilarious if you view it from that angle. Imagine like Wreck-It Ralph, Tom Nook from Animal Crossing, Haley from Stardew Valley. They're so it's editing me, and I accidentally deleted all the footage with me making pumpkin bagels. Just know the texture was right, the flavor was very mild. It kind of tasted like nothing, to be honest with you, but I did finish Surviving Scar. I spoke about this in my wrap-up, but I gave this book 2.5 stars. I started to feel like the women were just there to have babies, and that was a really unpleasant experience, especially during the time that I was reading it. So I gave this book 2.5 stars, but that does bring us to the end of this video. I know it was very long and yappy. I also, in editing, realized that I sounded a little bit off. Stress, pressure, struggling mental health, anxiety through the roof. So I am so sorry about that if you notice anything off about my mood throughout this video. I hope that you did enjoy it though, and I will see you the day after tomorrow. Bye!